Hi people, how are you guys doing? It is Chandie here and I am back with a long overdue video. You guys, I am super excited for this video. As you could have seen from the thumbnail and the title, we are going to be joined by the amazing advocate, opinionated Mmeli. He's going to be joining us today. So we're going to be talking about the relationship between South Africa and Nigeria today, and I'm super excited because I'm a curious cat, in case you guys don't know. So I have a lot of questions to ask. I want to know why South Africans feel the way they feel about Nigerians. I mean, I've seen comments, I've seen actions, okay? So I want to know why South Africans feel the way they feel about Nigerians, and hopefully he and I will be able to dissect and talk on a very plain, undiluted, honest table. And I would love for you guys to see this video through and share your opinions down in the comment box as well. But I just want you guys to know that this is a safe space. No hate, no negativity of any sort is welcome here, okay? This is just a safe space where we're literally going to be learning and, you know, just giving our opinions on the way forward, because at the end of the day, we're all Africans and there's actually nothing we can do about it, because we're all Africans, we belong in this continent and we are one. To be honest, we are one, okay? So I would implore you guys to just sit back, chill, I don't know, take a drink, sip of coffee or whatever, and let's just get right into this video with Mmeli, okay? If this is your first time here, please do subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. All right, so we are being honored with the amazing opinionated Mmeli, who is an ex-BB Titan TV reality star.
What's up? Very opinionated.
Oh, like that's the vibe we need.
Shout out. Hi, Chandie. Hi, everybody. I'm good. I'm blessed. It's good to be here, and yeah, let's talk our talk, I guess.
Okay, so you know our talk, you guys. This is going to be a safe space. In as much as we may be talking about something quite controversial, I still want this to be a safe space where, you know, like we can, you know, just share our minds, share our opinions, and nobody gets offended. Feel me? So today, from the title, we are going to be talking about the relationship between South Africans and Nigerians. I mean, like the internal relationship, not like on a surface level, okay? So what brought about this curiosity is, as you guys know, I make content around Africa and, you know, the like, and I do see comments, okay? I've made videos around South Africa, and I've gotten some comments and some, you know, just like people had just received the content different because I'm Nigerian, right? And I've seen the comments, and the comments are, I can understand that these people kind of like have some, I don't know, something in their mind that they don't really like. You feel me? So it has come to my knowledge that there could be some, I'd like to say, some negative feelings, or I don't know how to put it for it not to sound like it's that deep. So basically, maybe I want to ask you, are you aware that some South Africans do not like Nigerians? Let's put it plainly.
Honestly, yes, definitely. I think, not saying like it comes from a malicious place and stuff like that, but it's just that, like, it doesn't. But you know, like any other person, each and every, like, it's a human thing. It's not really like a South African thing, but I feel like it's a human thing whereby each and every person is kind of like territorial of their place. Do you understand? And obviously have some South Africans had some sort of like hate towards Nigerians and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. I was born and raised in the hill, bro. I lived around, you know, a lot of foreign internationals and stuff like that, and obviously the world knows that there were during those times, I don't know still is, but there were like xenophobic attacks and stuff like that, where obviously majority of domestic people felt like as if foreigners, not only Nigerians but just foreigners, like foreigners take their jobs and stuff like that, or there's too many foreigners and stuff. Do you understand? But it's also like, it's just more of like also censorship of like what you guys read in the in the news and the tabloids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly speaking, this is the world. This is where this is the world, and the world is offered to anyone. If you can move in certain ways and you're willing to go to another place and do or make a difference for yourself, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So stemming back into xenophobic attacks and stuff like whereby South Africa feels entitled that why Nigerians or foreign internationals taking their job. For example, it's the same thing when you're a part, not saying South Africa is a powerhouse or whatever of Africa or whatever, but we hear the same stories about America, like Mexicans going to America, passing the border and trying to find a better job. Not only that, like in some other countries, you hear pirates smuggling in certain internationals on a certain country. Like, guys, it's an international thing. It's not only on a specific country and stuff like. You understand? So yeah, man. Sorry. So it's literally certain stigmas that people are just trying to you know what I'm saying. But the moment you start reading a lot, you start kind of putting certain things into perspective. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, because not in a bad way. Like, for example, there might be a country that might be going through what can I call a genocide or any what do you call it, a war inside a country? What is it called again?
Conflict? What do you call conflict? Or
yeah, or when there's a specific word. There's a specific when there's a war in a country.
I should know. Funny enough, I should know.
Yes, I know. I also. Yeah. What is it called? What's this word?
We're being put on spot.
Yeah, but either way, yeah. Not really. It's not a domestic war. But you get it. Yeah, they'll get it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, trying to seek refuge in a certain country. Why not? Because you're trying to serve yourself in a certain, way and stuff like that. So yeah, those are kind of like my 2 cents, Chandie. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if I may come in, man. I just said, man. Okay, if I'll come in, yeah.
Hey, it's the South African touch. Nah, yeah, I got you.
So yeah, so I got 2 questions. Yeah. First, what was your opinion? What was your opinion? What did you think? What did you know? And how did you feel about Nigerians before going to the Big Brother Titan house, where you were you had no other choice than to get to know these people? So before you got to know Nigerians, what did you think and what did you know about them?
So here's the thing, like I said, I grew up in Hillbrow, and those who know Hillbrow, Yeoville, Berea, there's Nigerians, there's people from Ghana, there's people from Libya, Ethiopians, Tanzania, Mozambique. There's so many international people, they understand, and to a point where growing up, I don't know if I said this, but there's some other Nigerian guys. I can't really say their names because I'm trying to protect them and stuff. They don't want to be all famous and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I used to go to soccer practice, they used to buy me fruit or give me transport money and stuff. I'm not saying my parents didn't do that. They did. They used to help me out when they want to buy me soccer boots or even going to school and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I'm a kid who's raised by the streets. Do you understand? And the streets of Hillbrow, Berea, and Yeoville is just so many people, so many cultures, so many different countries and stuff like that. So literally, so me going in, whenever I would probably go to my friend's house, Patral's friends, and they're Mozambicans and stuff like that, they would speak, and there's so much diversity. There's in the type of food that they eat, the way they speak, their culture, they preserve. What I like about Africans so much, not only South Africa or stuff like that, but each and every person is trying by all means to preserve their culture, because now exactly. So I always had an open mind into certain things, and there's times where some of my friends will be disrespectful towards other people and stuff like that, and obviously due to peer pressure or stuff like that, you kind of you know something, this is wrong, but you kind of like conform to the energy that's being presented or that's being rubbed off, you know what I'm saying? But I've always, from there, I was like, I cannot be part of this, or I can't be a part of the bully, you know. It turns out that I became a bully I became a bully to bullies, you understand, because I always fought and always stood up for what's right, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say I'm a good guy, like I'm a Superman and all that type of stuff. No, I'm just, that's how it is. So like I said, to answer your question, I've always had an open mind, and the fact that I was going, and then I heard what can I say, I heard news that I'm going inside South Africa and Nigeria in one house. I was like, even better. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's time to learn. Like, that's how it is.
Okay, so my second question is so if I'm like getting the topic, because growing up, like before I started my channel, this channel was birthed from curiosity. I'm a curious cat. I like knowing things. So this channel was birthed from one of my curiosities. I was curious about like other African countries, like what is going on like in other parts of the continent, because we all know that like the Westerners, they think, some Westerners think Africa is a country, all right? And then in my head, I'm like, I'm living in a continent full of, I think, over 54 states. 54 countries, am I right? Am I right? 54 countries, yeah. And I'm living in a continent that has over 54 countries, and people, outside this continent think it's the country. And myself, I do not even know about like my surroundings.
That's that, not in a bad way. That's like an American mentality. He's like, oh my God, Africa. They think Africa is just one country.
Like, I love the poor in Africa. Like, the poor in Africa, okay? So basically, so I set up. So before I started this channel, the only thing I knew about South Africa, I didn't know much about South Africa. I mean, I do have some, family friends who live, who are like South Africans by birth. And most times they just come here to vacation, and we get to talk, and just those were like all I knew, right? I think the only thing I knew, the only difference I knew in South Africa and Nigeria was that South Africa gets like really, really cold, as opposed to like Lagos where I stay. I'm like, oh really? Sometimes in Africa gets really, really cold. I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I knew about South Africa. But what I knew is that I loved every African country, and I wanted to like know more about them, about their culture, about the people. And then I started this channel, and my very first introduction to like this niche was South Africa, right? If you check my channel, you see. But I did interview someone, a Nigerian who had experienced South Africa, and that first video was, hot and cold. It was neither here nor there. South Africans were not. There were some who just like, okay, while some were like hostile, like, no, don't say you had this experience in South Africa. You feel me? Because the person was basically, she was sharing her experience of South Africa. And some people were like, nah, okay, let me give an instance. So as of the time when she was there, I think there was a drought in Cape Town. So she experienced the drought in Cape Town. But she didn't know that it was a drought that was going on, right? So in her head, she visited South Africa, and, there was like a time limit, you could have a shower and stuff. So when she said that, people just came on and like, don't say that, I'm South African, I came back for 1 hour, and I'm like, do not try to, I don't know, what's the word, like, do not try to invalidate her experience because of, she wasn't properly informed, So then, I kept
not necessarily improperly informed, but she experienced that at that place and that time. During that time.
She didn't know that it was just like a phase at that time. She thought it was what happens in South Africa. You feel me? So, and then, I kept on putting out subsequent videos, and I was just, noticing that, oh, there's kind of like, there's something here I'm not getting. You feel me? There's something here I'm not getting. So, a couple people kind of like reference to videos I should watch, reference to, their own issues with Nigerians. And I think I felt like it stemmed from the fact that I think the Nigerians that they have experienced, right, in South Africa were kind of like drug lords. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on this app. So they were kind of like drug lords, and So the South Africans, South Africans that I experienced were kind of like mad that these Nigerians were coming into South Africa to sell drugs and just like spoil the society and put like it in the citizens in a very bad mental state, and they would rather they take it to Nigeria. So that was just one of like the reasons I understood that some people didn't like Nigerians. Now, I mean, all this long story just coming to a
no, it's fine. I got you.
So yeah, that one was there, yeah. And then somebody sent me a video of a Nigerian girl. I mean, she was birthed by Nigerian parents, but she was birthed in South Africa. And typically, she could be, seen as a South African because I mean, she was birthed there and she has lived all her life there. And she was like, based on the stereotype that some South Africans have, put on Nigerians, she was receiving hate from just, being birthed by parents from that country. And she was like, she gave an instance where even if two South Africans who do not like themselves see her as a Nigerian, they would automatically become friends just to bully her and stuff like that. So I'm like, I feel like this has gone like beyond some people selling, to the country, because obviously as a young girl she can't possibly be selling. So aside drugs, aside maybe insecurity that they feel like, for all these foreigners are coming to take jobs and stuff, do you think that there is any other reason why some South Africans feel the way they feel about Nigeria?
Like, it's not like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like, South Africans and Nigerians, there's just something about them, like, where they kind of have like ego and sort of like pride on themselves, and they, you know what I'm saying? So exactly. So to a point where, to answer your question, right? Like, it's always been like kind of like of a battle. Mm-hmm. For example, you can't say anything about South Africa that's kind of like, even much it is true, right? Trust me, South Africans will say something about it. You understand? Some would agree and some would disagree. You understand? Just like Nigerians. For example, I went to Nigeria, and obviously through my vlogs, I was complaining about how hot, like not necessarily hot, but how humid it is. In South Africa, yes, it is hot. There comes a time where it's December time, it's super hot, right? But you can feel like, cold air. You can get air. You can open up the windows, but in Nigeria, you can't. So, and someone literally came for me, a Nigerian person was like, oh my God, you're so ignorant. Do you understand? You're so ignorant to a point whereby you think Nigeria is just Lagos. There's other people like Jos, there's other places like Jos, Delta, Abuja, and stuff. And there's places that are cold. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, relax. I was in Lagos for 15 days. If I wanted to explore more places, I'm a very explorative person. I would have explored the other place. But this is what I have, and this is what I was experiencing. You were not there when I was all humid, all sweating, like it was even hard for me sometimes to run, just to have a run, to jog. But as someone, I got used to it, and I kind of like liked it. And I actually came back to South Africa. It was so hot. I mean, it was so cold to a point I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back to Nigeria because I can't do this. So obviously, to answer your question, it's obviously a perspective thing, to understand. Not all Nigerians, ladies and gentlemen, sell drugs in South Africa. No, they don't. There's law students, there's doctors, there's so many things. And obviously South Africa, apparently this is what the stats say, South Africa is one of the countries with the best resources when it comes to like stuff, you know what I'm saying? And which is, I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that Kenya doesn't have that Ghana doesn't have that, Nigeria doesn't have that. It's just that from a point of view on access of information that we have, this is what, it's kind of like our minds are always putting up in a box. Do you understand? So honestly, I don't know. Why? But I feel like also the moment we kind of like put ourselves out there and open up, and then we have the internet now, we can talk. Here am I, I'm speaking to you. You and you, bro, like, you know, it's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and also it's something that the people are not exposed to.
And saying things, and I wouldn't get cancelled for it. So thank you for just having this that presence around you.
Also, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of cancel culture. Don't be afraid of that. You need to speak your honesty. Do you understand? Don't care. I understand, right? But don't